Hi guys, it's Zoe. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I installed this 30-inch, yes you heard me, 30-inch 200% density wig from Wiggins hair. I'm going to take you through start to finish. I'm going to show you guys how I plucked it. I dyed it jet black as well, and like how I styled it. I'm going to take you guys through all that stuff, and it's going to be a talk through video, like part talk through, part voiceover. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here quickly at the start. You'll see by my reaction throughout the video what I thought of the hair, because let me just, wow, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, this is what she looks like, and I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I will see you in a second. Okay, jumping right into it. Like I said, this hair is from Wiggins hair, and I have had hair from there before. This isn't my first time receiving hair from there. And their quality is normally always top notch. So anyway, this is what came in the box: a wig cap. It came with lashes, you know, all the usual jazz, and like an elastic band as well, which we will actually be using in this video for once. These are the specs. The hair is 30 inches, it's a 200% density, and it is a medium cap size, which fit me perfectly. There was a little space in the back, but it wasn't anything that would bother me. Here's a close-up of the lace colour. The lace is transparent with like a beigey tint, so like if you're lighter than me, you'll be absolutely fine with this. There was no like weird grey cast, or like it wasn't super dark or anything. Now, to dye the hair jet black, I used this hair dye. It's from Schwarzkopf, however you say that, deep black. I used 3 boxes. I used 1 box at first to just dye the frontal part, and I'm doing this to prevent the lace from getting stained. So I very carefully applied it to the root, and like maybe like 5 inches going down from the root. And then the rest of the hair, I used the watercolor dip method. If you guys want an in-depth tutorial on how I dyed this jet black, just let me know. I can definitely do that for you next time. But yeah, it was just a quick like overview on what I did. Once I dyed all the hair, I washed it off and then just dried the lace. So we could move on to bleaching the knots. I used my 40 volume developer and powder from Jerome Russell. You can just get this at Boots for like £3. It's so cheap. And I mixed this up till it was like a toothpastey consistency, and I spread this onto the back of the lace and left this to develop for 30 minutes. I think I left it on for 30 minutes. I could have gone for 45, but I was so scared for the knots to like over process, so I avoided doing all of that. But yeah, once I got this on and it processed, I just went ahead and washed the hair and dried the hair. As you can see here, the hair took the dye very well. It didn't really make much of a difference. It was just a slight tiny like, you know, elevation of how the hair looked. Once I did all of that, I moved on to plucking the wig. This is the before. The hairline wasn't like super thin, but it was like, it definitely just needed some work. So I grabbed my hot comb and I just combed the hair back. This helps us to be able to see like where exactly we need to pluck. Now, the technique for plucking your wigs, I've always stuck by this. Start at the front and just like get like a rough planning of like how you want things to look. And when you're plucking the front of the hairline as well, you want to make sure that you keep your tweezers moving. This is super important. As you can see, I'm never just staying in one spot. I'm doing like 3 tweezers and then moving on to the next millimeter, whatever you want to call it. So once I get the general gist of the plucking, I part the hair, as you can see here, and I just start plucking going backwards from the hairline. And like, as you can see, I'm just parting the hair with my comb and plucking going back. Again, keeping the tweezers moving and using my hot comb and my comb to just comb backwards and see where I need to pluck, how it's looking. And yeah, just take your time with this. And you know, you'd rather go slow and spend 2 hours plucking your wig and it looks good, rather than rushing it and, you know, having a balding hairline, which you don't want. So you just want to keep going, keep plucking at it. Watch your favorite show as you're doing this. As you can see, like, I'm taking my hot comb again, and this is what it should look like. Once I've plucked the hair with the parting method, I go back in the front again and I just clean up anywhere that I feel like looks a little bit dense. It's kind of hard to see from here, but essentially what we want to do is create a gradient looking hairline. So you want it to be a bit thinner at the start and then just casually like become thicker. Again, it's really hard to describe, but you'll see what I mean in a second. As you can see here, that's where I'm pointing out where I want it to look more gradient. So we want to go from this to this. Like, can you see that difference? There's no like harsh line of demarcation. Once I've plucked the wig, I'm taking my argan oil and I'm just applying a small amount of this because we don't want our hair to be greasy. And I'm just straightening all the hair. This took a while because this hair is long and there's a lot of it. So once I do that, I put the wig on my head off camera and then I just parted the hair where I wanted it parted. I'm grabbing my Slay Bay wax stick and I'm just applying this to the front and then parting it at the top of the head and applying some there. Once I do that, I grab some hairspray and I spray it and then go in with my hot comb and flatten the top of the hairline. I feel like I'm so bad at explaining stuff, guys. I'm so sorry. But basically what we're doing is we're just cleaning everything up just so it makes the install 10 times easier. As you can see, it's just like neatening up the hairline. You can fully see like where you've plucked as well this way with the product, sleeking everything down. So here you see me again, I'm just parting the hair a little bit from the parting, clipping it back and applying my wax stick again and then hot combing it down to make sure that everything looks neat. It makes such a big difference, guys, when you do this before applying your wig. Trust me on this, like it's going to save you so much time doing all the styling beforehand. But yeah, this is what it should look like once you're done doing all of that. Okay, so moving on to the install, I'm going to tint the lace now, as usual, and I'm going to use my NW58 powder. I think I've said this before, but it's like way darker than my skin. But I find that when I use my actual face powder to tint the lace, for some reason it just doesn't work. So I always go darker with my powders. And I also prefer using powder over foundation because I've seen other people use that, but it just doesn't work for me. Like I don't like making the lace wet. So I stick to powders and it just works for me. I don't know. And I'm not applying the powder all over the lace. I'm just applying it to this first, like the front basically. Like there's literally no point in applying it all over. Once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and put the wig on. As you can see, like from the styling that we did before we put it on the head, it's just made everything 10 times easier. Like it's basically ready. Apart from like the other stuff we have to do, but like you know what I mean, right? So I'm just gonna adjust this to my hairline. Oh, I love how black it is. That's my favorite part. I've recently discovered jet black hair and I love it. I feel like it brings my skin out a lot more as well. So the other thing I love about wigs is I can decide how big I want my forehead to be. Like, you know, maybe I want it to be small today. 2 inches. It's a bit too small, but like, I just like the versatility. I like the option. Sometimes I want a 5 head, sometimes I want a 4 head. I'm gonna clip these sections back. So now you just want to make sure that you properly align everything, especially these side parts, because I always mess them up. Like it's so annoying, and then I just can't like wear my hair behind my ears. So this is very vital that you get that part right, and like just keep double checking, you know, everything's aligned. Check the forehead size. I think let's go for, just make sure that everything is just fitting perfectly. I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm going to start by cutting off the ear tabs first. So I'm just going to look in the mirror if you're wondering where I'm looking. I'm just going to, this piece of excess lace you see here, just pull this tight and pray for the best. Okay, now you want to cut little by little, and as you can see I'm just putting it behind my ears. It just helps me to be able to see things a bit better. So this is this ear tab cut off. I'm going to do the same on this side. It can get slightly tricky like when it starts doing that. So I just lift it up and cut off that little like excess piece here. Now one thing that helps me to like figure out where I need to actually place the glue is I grab my eyebrow pencil, just any like brownish pencil. I'm going to go ahead and make a little mark of where I want the glue to stop. So let's see, I want it to stop around there. So this way when we lift up we can see where exactly we want the glue placed. Now once I've put down these little like dots, I'm gonna grab my eyebrow razor, the back of my eyebrow razor, and I'm just gonna spread everything out so we've got a nice and even layer, which is very important. So as you can see, just spreading this out. We could go slightly lower with this. You never, like I said before, just wanna go for one massive strip because that will not end well and the glue won't dry evenly and you're just gonna have a hot mess. So I'm just gonna wait for this to dry completely clear before I go in with my second layer. So I'll be back when this is clear. Okay, so now that this is dry, I'm gonna go in with my second layer. And you know, same technique, just be very liberal. No, that means like a lot, right? Apply it very liberal. Yeah, that is the correct word. I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say. Just be very cautious with how much you apply. I'm just gonna spread that out again. So this looks pretty much dry, so I'm gonna grab this tab first. And you've only got one shot at this, so be careful. Just gonna place that right over the top. You can see here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a tiny bit white, like where the glue hasn't set completely, because sometimes like no matter what you do there might still be little like white pieces left. Just grabbing my comb, you can use an edge comb as well, whatever you've got with like small like teeth thingies, and I'm literally just grabbing that. I'm just gonna brush away from the hairline like this, and this just gets rid of that like white mark that might be left over. Now that's pretty much the technique. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat this the whole way through the wig, so I'm gonna move on to this section next. Now with the little like sideburn pieces, you do want to be really careful since the hairline does naturally dip lower there. So here I just take extra care and like make the glue line a lot thinner, just to make sure that when we take this wig off we actually have edges left. So yeah, just be really careful. Now that we've got everything glued down, I just want to make sure that, you know, we're extra secure on that front. So for that I'm going to go ahead and take this elastic band. This came in the box of the wig. You can actually like sew this on, but again I'm lazy and the whole like sewing the band on thing is just like I actually physically can't find the strength in my body to be bothered to do that. So I always just go bandless. If you want to be super secure, definitely go for that. But anyways, instead of using it for its intended purpose, I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm just gonna really tightly wrap this around my head, literally around the perimeter where we've just glued down the wig, and this is just going to make sure that everything is tight and secure. Like you want this to be super tight, guys. Now once you've got that tied, I'm going to go ahead and leave this on my head for about 10 minutes 15 minutes. At this point is usually like when I do any styling that I want it done, like curling the hair or like doing all that jazz. But I think we're gonna go for a straight sleek look today. I'm just gonna watch some Big Bang Theory or something, I don't know, and get back to you in 10 minutes. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes roughly. I'm gonna take this off now, so just be very careful. And that is what it should look like. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest of the lace, the most exciting parts. Eyebrow razor. I need to get a new pack because look how crusty and dusty this is. Is this gonna focus? Look how crusty and dusty that is. That is disgusting. That is all glue and like makeup from my face, so please just bear with me. But yeah, I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna start cutting the lace off, and I'm just gonna go for it. Now the reason I like using an eyebrow razor is because it gives me a jagged edge, and this is way better than using scissors because, well, you have to create the jagged edge manually, and I don't know, it just looks way more natural when you do it this way, because the hairline is never perfectly straight and you don't want the lace to be cut perfectly straight either, because that's what makes it look fake. You want it to blend in with your skin, well, as much as possible anyways. So yeah, this is how you get that effect. So really just get in there. And I got this off Amazon for like £2, I think, for a pack of 20, so definitely a good investment. I'm gonna just grab a small makeup brush, and this lighting always does me dirty. I promise you this looks good in person, guys. I'm gonna just grab a tiny bit of my powder and I'm just gonna place that where I can see a little bit of lace, so literally just here, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the rest and repeat the same process. Be careful not to cut your skin, guys. And again, just go in with that makeup brush. Now I do have a little few like gaps, as you can see, where I missed the glue a little bit. So in that case, I just grab my glue again and I just grab literally like less than a dot, like a tiny bit, hold up the lace, and I'm just gonna very carefully place it on the area that I missed. And again, same as before, just wait until it dries clear. It shouldn't take as long now, obviously, because you're applying a small amount. You just wanna use the back of a comb and just press that down. I'm just gonna repeat this anywhere where the glue isn't like on properly. Okay, now it's time for my favorite part, baby hairs. Because right now the hairline is giving very much just straight. So I'm gonna take my comb and I'm gonna create almost like a C shape with my parting. You'll see in a sec. So I'm gonna grab here, C shape. There we go. That's the vibe you want to go for. And I'm just gonna twist that away, and I'm just gonna do this all the way around my hairline. So I'm gonna do my little side burn, grab about that much, maybe a bit less actually, we don't want to look like Wolverine. Okay, so you should be left with 4 little pieces like this. Kind of a look, no? I'm just gonna go ahead and use my eyebrow razor to just cut the baby hairs. Now the trick is you want it to be almost like going as a gradient, so like shorter hair and then longer towards this side. Don't know if it's actually gonna work when I do it, but let's see. In fact, no, I'm just gonna pluck a little bit of hair like this. You don't want to go too ham with the plucking either, so I'm just gonna maybe do that much, and then I'm just gonna comb out the excess. So I'm gonna grab my eyebrow razor. I'm gonna start from about here and just cut. Now, as you can see, it's like almost like going downwards. Now once I've got this little thing, I'm gonna grab my hair straighteners and I'm just gonna curl them going inwards, so like a C shape like that rather than upwards, like that. I'm just gonna do that all around. So let's do this section. For my sideburns, I like to keep them a little bit longer. I don't know, I just like that look. And just cut maybe where my jawline ends. Try not to burn your hair. You should really be using like the small tiny baby hair straighteners, but you know, we're on a budget. So as you can see, we've got a little baby curl there as well, and I'm gonna do the same to this side. Now to create my like baby hair swoops, I like, as of recent, using my Got To Be hairspray, the yellow one. I used to use mousse, I also used to use gel, but I find that they made the baby hairs like just very slick and like onto your face and stuck onto your face and very like crunchy almost, which to be honest is still a good look, but I feel like right now I'm into like very like fluffy and soft looking baby hairs, kind of like Jada Waver, like Arrogant Tay, that kind of vibe. So I found that using hairspray is the way to go for that look. So once I've got the hairs curled in, I'm gonna grab a toothbrush. I've got a fresh one. These usually come in like your wig packets anyway. So I'm gonna grab this on this side and I'm just gonna spray some of the Got To Be onto it, and I'm literally just gonna start swooping the hairs, and you want to use your finger to guide the direction the hair's going in. This is super important. And as you can see, I'm literally just being very gentle. You just want to play around until you like how it looks. Just gonna go ahead and add a little bit more. And I'm gonna take the comb side as well. Like I'm literally, I don't even know what technique I'm using, guys. I'm just sweeping. And then I'm just gonna do this all the way around. Okay, so you want to have something like that. Now I know this look isn't for everyone, like I know not a lot of people like the whole dramatic baby hair look, but I happened to love it, so yeah. Now as you can clearly see, they're kind of just standing up, which isn't a great look. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm quickly just gonna spray a tiny bit of the Got To Be, literally like a tiny dab like that. Grab our trusty elastic band again. I'm just gonna tie my hair up to make it a bit easier for myself. Gonna grab the elastic band again, and we're just gonna wrap the hair one more time. You can leave it on for like 5 minutes. This is literally just to keep the hair down. While actually we have this on, we might as well just go and straighten the hair one more time for luck. I'm just grabbing my hair straighteners again, and I'm literally just gonna do a quick run through. Guys, this hair, like, I can't even, it's literally down to my hips, like past my hips. This hair is so long. I've never had hair this long in my life. That's straight as well, so this is kind of crazy. Don't know what to do with myself with all this hair, but I love it though. For reference, I'm 5'6". So yeah, 5'6", and it goes past my hips. I want to say like mid-thigh. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna take off this headband. Oh my god, that was not careful at all. I'm gonna tidy it up a tiny bit more. And then I think I want to do the behind the ear look. So, oh my god, I completely forgot to cut this. Just pay it no attention, please. Pay it no mind. You can't see that. I'm gonna pretend I just didn't either. I always forget to cut the back of the lace, I don't know why. And this is the final look. Let me show you guys a close-up of the lace. Like I always say, I have a lot of lighting in my room, guys, so please look at that, guys. Need to focus it. Like, if I do say so myself, the lace is melted. She's doing her job. Wow, it's actually the color for me, like the jet black. I don't know why, but I just feel so pretty with black hair. Just black, straight, like plain hair is just the move nowadays for me. Guys, this hair, like I'm gonna add some like more shots of like what it looks like and like the length of everything. I'm wearing this throughout the week anyways. I think I'm gonna include an update like in the comments or like towards the end of the video of how the hair is holding up, but guys, I'm in love. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something new. Make sure you guys give me a like, comment, subscribe, follow my Instagram, my YouTube. We're on YouTube. Follow my TikTok. And And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. It should be like very soon because I'm a consistent girl now, if you couldn't already tell. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.